morning and welcome back to South Nutfield on a lovely sunny day. Today I'm going to make a personal favourite of mine, cottage and shepherd's pie. Right, now it's been cooking now for about 25 minutes. Takes me back to those golden days as a child growing up in Yorkshire. So today I'm going to do an absolute British classic and one of my ultimate favourite puddings, sponge pudding. Now my grandmother used to make sponge puddings. It took her 2 hours to steam the sponge pudding. Today we hope to have this done in 3 or 4 minutes. See, my syrup sponge has come out as an absolute delight with a little bit of custard. There's always going to be a fight for more, aren't there? So look at that sponge, perfect sponge. It takes me back to my childhood, my days at school. We're going to do an absolute British classic, a schoolboy favourite, one of my absolute favourite puddings, and it is bread and butter pudding. That is absolutely fantastic. One of my best puddings ever. It's Halloween. A roasted butternut squash and pumpkin soup. Delicious. I'm going to make some fish cakes. This dish was called Coronation Chicken. It was produced in 1953 for the Queen's coronation. A lovely, lovely mellow flavour.
Well, I dreamed I saw the knights in armor come, saying something about a queen. There were children singing and drummers drumming.
Right, Mr. Haller, James Haller. I just wanted to know what made you get into the hospitality business in the very first place?
Well, look, Chris, I mean, as much as you'd like me to say that it was because I met you, it wasn't. Unemployment was very high, college and university or not. And I did a summer job in Cambridge at the hotel that you and I met each other.
Right.
And that was the start of me deciding not to do further education and to go straight into working in hotels. Worked with Little Chef and Travelodge to open the first Travelodge and I worked my way up, and by 24 I was regional director for Little Chef, looking after the Midlands and South Wales, a culture that makes a difference.
Well, when did you go to Latasca then, James? I always remember you telling me how you got them really fired up by giving them something to, some incentive. So, exciting times, young Haller.
Yeah, do you know what? I think I mean, look, the last 4 months have obviously been challenging, and I've got a passion for it, and I'm not ready to not work yet.
One thing I tell all my students, have a passion for it. If you have a passion, you'll get on in life. If you were starting again, you had to get on the ladder, how would you give our students any tips on what they must do to get on that ladder? So one last question for you, James. Good morning, everybody. I'm with Simon Barker, an old friend of mine, who is the general manager here at the Abode Hotel in Canterbury.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Simon. I've got with me Susie Kitcher, CEO of Sodexo Global Lounge. Is that right, Susie?
That is right, Chris. Thank you. Yes.
What was your spark? Why did you get into the hospitality industry?
Chris and I worked together.
We did indeed, happily.
And that was 10 years ago. And I think it's good at some point in your career, and probably early in your career, to work for a big company.
If you were looking for somebody to come and work for Sodexo from college, say, what are you looking for? What are you going to look for? What do you want from them? Simon, very good morning. It's lovely to speak to you again, and nice to see you.
And you, sir.
Long time. What was your spark? What enthused you to get into the hospitality business?
Well, you're not going to believe this, and your students who I know are going to see this video, none of them, and I mean none of them, will have any idea who, when I mention this person's name, who this person is. But you will, Chris, because hard to believe it, you're even older than I am.
My advice to them is be focused and go for it and
Absolutely.
enjoy it. And
I wish them all luck. Yeah. Oh, you've got to have fun.
I'm going to introduce you to Graham Langley-Jones, a very old pal of mine, as managing director, is that right, Graham? And owner of Thorns. Rob Davies, a very good friend of mine who I've worked with before. And
don't forget to moisturise, okay?
Rob, I'm going to thank you very much. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Chris Davies. I'm Head of Employability and Work Placement at Nelson College, London.
In 2016, Nelson College took the decision to employ an employability and workplace manager specifically to help the Nelson students with their quest for employment once they had finished their education with the college. This year's Employers Forum was a get-together where employment could be discussed between both employers and students seeking a career. We want to provide a forum where our students can freely question the employers on what is required by an employer other than the qualifications when looking to recruit people.
If you sit down your seat, Tina, we'll bring those things for you.
From a deco, reliability, experience, there's a good one. Your own initiative. You got any? Punctuality and trustworthy. I'm here today with Julian Doxford-Hook, who is the Director of Food and Beverage for Indigo Hotel, is it?
Yes, passion and personality. And if you can bring those two to the interview and get that information across, you will have a major chance over anyone else of getting the job. You've got to have the qualification.
I'm just doing a bit of an advert now for you. So thank you for coming today.
They have to have a very, very good CV, very detailed, and they have to have the right attitude.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much for this afternoon. Enjoy a bit more cake.
Thank you.
Well, I dreamed I saw the knights in armor come, saying something about a queen. There were
My name's Chris Davies, and I've been in the catering industry for the best part of 45 years, or should I mention that? I don't really like to mention it. And I've been cooking for most of that period of time. Give it a quick bash. Cut this onion into pieces. Some classic olive oil first. So we add the peppers in. Starting to sizzle nicely. Now beginning to smell beautifully. Add the pasta to the sauce. So my very last job is to put some of this delicious pasta on a plate. There you go. That is my pasta Giovanni